Hello everyone, and welcome back to Untamed Chaos. So in today's episode, I want to do more of mechanism. I kind of mentioned the other episode how this side of the room was the mechanism, and the other side it says factories. So this is something I had to look up off camera back, I actually think it was weeks ago when I was originally preparing all these episodes. And it was planned to be the first episode of the week, but well, I kind of need to show you the tower stuff before that, so I moved to the last episode of the week. But yeah, factories. So pretty much factories and mechanisms are like multiple machines in a single block. So you know how I have like the enrichment chamber. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Probably the first one. There we go. Basic enriching factory. So this is an enrichment chamber, but like 3 of them in a single machine. And then if you go up to the advanced one, it's like 5. And then the elite one here is like 7. So this is a great way to like automate a bunch of stuff at once. So instead, you know how I have like the multiple polarizers and multiple redstone furnaces to speed things up? Well, that's what these are, but in a single block. So it's like having, you know, the multiple or the elite smelting is like 7 redstone furnaces in one, but the mechanism furnace or smelter instead of the thermal one, but you get the point. So yeah, I prepared a whole bunch of stuff for this a while back, and hopefully I have everything prepared, or remember to keep everything prepared. So yeah, but pretty much I think if I just search smelter, I think I might need to make the basic machines. So if we look here and just go like that, I should have everything but the core machine there. So if I keep going through the recipes, I don't have that. And let's see if I go back to this one. I don't have that one. And then we go back. I should be able to make this one though. So smelter. So just so I can remember which ones, I'm going to make the machines first, and then we'll go on to upgrading them to the factory versions, and then testing them out. And I also want to finally make 3 times ore processing. This has been a long time coming, I suppose, or I should have probably done this a lot sooner and not have just done the pulverizer redstone furnace, because it's not that hard. However, when I make the move to 4 times ore processing, it's a lot harder, but I'll hopefully remember to touch on that in a bit. So yeah, I need to check my notes here to make sure I make the right ones, but enrichment chamber was the other one. So I want a smelting enriching. Crushing was another one. I never really used the crusher much, but well, it's one I want to make. Hopefully I have enough lava buckets, because I remember I used some recently, and I'm kind of worried that I might have accidentally used the resource I prepared for this episode, because, you know, it's been so long since I originally prepared this stuff. And, oh, this is by a number, I just wasn't at the top. There we go. I have a whole bunch of stone again, but yeah, let's see. So crushing, compressing, and purifying. Yeah, compressing and purifying are the other ones. Not combining. Combining is a completely different thing. I think this was the compressor one, and purifying is actually part of the ore processing stuff I mentioned. There we go, purification chamber. So, oh wait, the purification chamber required an enrichment. Yeah, enrichment. So I'll just put that there, and then I can go in here and make another one of these, I think. Okay, so I have all these machines. Now I need to upgrade them to their factory versions. So let's start with the energetic smelter here. So it should be pretty simple, unless I didn't prepare everything like I thought I did. So I should be able to just go like this, and ta-da, elite. So I think I'm actually going to show you how this works, and then I'll come back and make the others, you know, in between a cut. So, smelter. Now, I remember this was kind of confusing the first time I saw it as well, so hopefully I can explain this in a way that makes sense. So the red is the input. This is where I put the ores, pretty much, or whatever I want to smelt goes up here. And like I said, there's 7 slots because this can do 7 things at once. So if I put cobble in all of these, it would smelt stone 7 times in a row, or at once it would smelt 7 different things of stone. Hopefully that makes sense, or cobble into stone. The blue is the output. The green is where you put the power. The purple is where you put gas. This is the gas meter. This is the power meter. Apparently it has power. I don't know how that is, because I don't think it had power when I crafted it. I don't know. Oh, it might be because I'm wearing or have the charger on it. It drained power from me to charge it when it was in my hand. That's probably it. So those are the basic things on this. You know, that's gas. It doesn't use gas, so it doesn't have it. Maybe it does have a way to use gas. So this is the upgrades, just like the other machines. It has none because I haven't gave it any. This is the side configuration like the other machines. I think you also can pick energy and gases on the different sides, not just items like I usually do. I'm actually not sure what the transporter config does. this turns off auto sorting. So pretty much if I pipe something in, it will, if I don't have this on, it will just put it all in the first slot, then all in the second. But if I have this on, it'll equally spread it between all of them, I believe. Or I think that's how it works. That just shows you its power. That just shows you its redstone priority, like on the thermal machines. And this one, oh, this was actually a really cool thing. So I actually can do this right now just to show you. So if I put an enrichment chamber in here, it processes, and watch. I get the energized smelter back, and now this is an enriching factory. So I could have one factory and just change it between all the different types, which I think is really cool. So as you see, they mostly look the same, and I think that does cover all the main slots. So yeah, anyway, let me just cut to make all these other machines into factories, because you kind of already saw the process. I believe it's like the same for all of them. Let me just look real quick. So yeah, I think it just has the same recipe around it, and it just changes what the base machine is. So yeah, anyway, let me do that real quick. Okay, so as you can see, I did make all the factories. I have purifying, crushing, enriching, smelting, and compressing. I'm actually not sure why I made compressing. I might need it for something later, but I never really used the compression machine much anyway. But oh well, I have the factory in case I do need it. But yeah, so I did have this set up in the way to make 3x ores. So pretty much how it works from what I have in my notes anyway, and what I remember from testing, is you start by purifying the ore. So to do that, you need oxygen and the ore. You know, oxygen and power with an ore turns into an ore fragment. You put in the crusher, you crush it then, and then you use the enrichment chamber on it, and then you get the like base ore that you use the smelter on, and then it probably should go into a chest, come to think of it, and not so much keep going. So let me just put this one over here. And put that here. So I think I can have it set up so they just go from machine to machine. And because they have so many slots, I really don't need chests as buffers in between. At least if I'm remembering how to do this right. So like I just say auto inject on and extra output. So that's the output, and over here I can have, or above it I can have the input, right? So something like that. So input. I'll set up all these machines after I get the rest of the stuff prepared, but before those machines are really useful, I need the speed upgrades and the different upgrades. Also, there were, not those. So you can make this machine or factory installer to just like right click upgrade a machine to a factory. So I could have done that if I really want to. I might have planned to, but I didn't. Gases. So because one of the machines does use gas, I want to increase or add this so it increases the efficiency of gas using machinery. So you only can have, I'm not sure if it's 8 in a stack, but I only prepared enough for 8. And over here are the other upgrades. I always have such trouble spotting them. There they are. So I think I have just enough, but I'm supposed to make 48 speed and 48 energy. So let's just hope I, okay, so they're stacked to 8. So 1, 2, I actually can't remember how many stacks of 8 makes 48. That's bad. It's 6, isn't it? Yeah, it was 6. Okay, that was a bit of a brain fart there. Sorry. So same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now that I have all that, I need to make an, or I think I need to make, yeah, an electric separator, or one of those. I think I did have that prepared because I knew I need to make another. Maybe another machine uses this as well. Gas burning generator. I think that's the other one I did want to make. So yeah. So what a gas burning generator does is it will burn gas to give me power. And I also need to make a note of water pump pipe and pressurized tubes. So do I have a water pump pipe? No, I think I was supposed to make another one. So water pump pipe. I like using this just because it's an easy way to do this. And yeah, I apparently did plan to make that. And let's see, the other thing I need is pressurized tubes. I think I do have a few ultimate pressurized tubes. So these move gases. So I think I have this all set up now so that I can kind of get all the machines to do 3 times ore processing. I probably will need to do a quick cut, but pretty much I need to make it so this is getting water. So, and I need to move it over a bit, or I need to move it everything in position. I need this to export the oxygen into this machine, so this now gets oxygen. I'll need to also specify gas extra. I'm not sure. Yeah, extra is okay. I guess that's at the side I need to specify. So I'll just put down the pressurized tube, so oxygen will be sent into there. There we go, and that is the oxygen side, I believe. I don't know. Huh. But, yeah, this is just like the one out of the tower, though. So I also need to go down here and set this up with a water source and a water pump pipe. But, yeah, I don't know. Let me just cut and get this all set up, and also all the upgrades in all these machines. Okay, so I have all the machines set up, and I hope I set them all up correctly, but pretty much this is how it works. So we have the power line coming up from the top of the tower, and that's powering the machines. This machine has speed and energy upgrades, and all the rest of these should have speed and energy as well, besides one machine, which is, you know, they all should have 8 of 8 as well, but this one, because it uses gas, it also gets the gas upgrade, so it makes it's more gas efficient, I guess would be the term. And this one has the upgrades for energy and speed as well. The gas-burning generator doesn't get upgrades, at least that I can see. And, yeah, I forget why I had to look up water. I don't know. But, so here's how it... Oh, water pump pipe, that's why. So pretty much, this will take in water. It should put oxygen here, hydrogen here. Now, the gas-burning generator can burn hydrogen. So it will burn the hydrogen, creating power and pumping power back into this whole process. So if the machines can't take it, it'll send it back up to the top of the tower, I guess. I don't know. I guess I never thought of where the power goes if it already has power. I always can break this cable as well. It should provide like an infinite loop. So we'll have to see how that works. But it should, from what my test anyway, the gas burning generator makes enough power from the hydrogen to continue to power the electric separator. So actually, just to test that theory, let's actually break the power cable. And probably should actually just get out the wrench. That would be a lot quicker for what I'm about to do. So, boop, boop. Okay, so now if I place down the power cable again, I think that was it. Ultimate universal cable. Yep, that's power. So, and also, oh, that's really, oh no, I can put it there. I was like, it's hard to do through the angle, but it wasn't. But, yeah, so it should be enough to self-sustain itself with power. The oxygen goes in here, oxygen and power will be enough to power it, and it will make the whole ore processing. We'll have to see what it does. I forget if it's like ore fragments or what, but hopefully I did this right. So I just need to put this here, and it should begin the process. Okay, so that is now full on oxygen. This is now filling on hydrogen. The hydrogen's being pumped back into this, which should self-sustain it with power. Hopefully I did that right. If not, I'll just have to run the power line as well. But, yeah. So, just to make sure it works, I want to put in, 8. Just 8 iron ore to start. So, I put 8 iron ore in here. I think we have a bit of a problem. So, I guess I did need to, put a hopper there. I think that might be the only issue. I hope that's the only issue, or else I'll have to move all the machines and take a bit more time setting this up. But, do I have hoppers? Yes, I have a couple hoppers. I really need to make more hoppers. I'll make a note of that. Okay. And I also could use, like, you know, there we go. So, now if I put this 8 in, it will pump into here. So, it's processing that. It goes into here. It's iron clumps. It crushes the iron clumps. Then it processes the dirty iron dust into iron dust and out into this. So from those 8 iron ores, I should get 24 iron ingots because it gives me, I think it's 3 of these per iron. Let's just check the recipe. So yeah, the purification chamber uses oxygen and power to turn it into 3 clumps. The 3 clumps are then crushed into dirty dust, which are refined into iron dust, which make iron. So as we see, ta-da! And here's the beauty of factories. I probably should just do this, but watch. It's processing all this iron simultaneous. Okay, I need to get more of those apparently, or it can't keep up with that. I guess that's the shortcoming of this, or I'll need to get more oxygen, but yeah, that's the problem there. But this, it's not going quick enough to actually make use of that, but yeah. If I was just to put it directly on this, you'd see it go a lot faster, but then I wouldn't get the ore processing I need. Huh, I wonder, how many water pump pipes can I do per one? But it does seem like this is self-sustaining to a point. It's just not producing oxygen fast enough. Like, you see it being topped up with water and it's pumping it out. It's just, this is using it too quickly. Now, if I was just to take that out and do that, it's still a bit slow. Darn. So I guess I will have to look into that and try and get more of these set up. And like with that wall over there, I need to still move the machines around in this room. Like, I want this to take up the entire wall with factories. But, still, it's really cool that I finally got 3 times ore processing, and it wasn't too hard to make. I really should have done a lot earlier in the series. But the problem is, if I do make 4 times ore processing, or when I do, it's going to be a lot trickier because it requires brine, which requires this whole solution plant thing using solar panels. It's like a multi-block structure to make brine. I think it's kind of like Railcraft. I know they have multi-block structures for things, so it's kind of more like that, and with solar panels and stuff. So I'm not even sure I can do it indoors because it requires a solar panel. So I don't know. Is there anything out here? Well, of course that's there. I meant outside, or I forget which floors. I think this is underground. I don't know. I'll have to figure out something for that though. And yeah, but instead of going for 4 times ore processing, I think I'd rather just go right to 5 times if I have to set up the whole brine stuff. So we'll see how that goes. But before I end off this episode, there was one thing I meant to do in the other episode, and I ran out of time. But I feel like I have enough time in this episode to do it, which is upgrade this furnace. So if we just search BF Labs, I think it is. What is it? BF... or F Labs. That's the name of the mod, or the mod ID name. So I need to make an extreme furnace from this hell furnace. So if I break this and go in here, go like this and go like this, ta-da, an extreme furnace. So before I do that though, I want to show you the difference in speed. So I go like this, it will have a basic 2 times ore smelting. So let's just, for a quick comparison, I'll do 8. So that's how quick this smelts 8. And of course it doubles it because I have the ore upgrade for it. So now if I break this, take it in here, put it in here, extreme furnace, which was an achievement, and why am I slowed? Oh, I think I gave this slowness. Let's see. Yeah, because it's made from bedrockium, I guess. I did that with some bedrockium items because it made sense. So, yeah. So now let's do the same test. And put in the fuel, and I think it is faster, but it's not too much faster. I don't know, maybe it looked a lot faster to you guys, but pretty much this is an insanely fast furnace. Now the downside is it's only 2 times ore processing, but it's really fast as you saw. And the other thing I want to do now is the final upgrades. The piping upgrades. Change which side, the main one I want to make is the lab upgrade. I think I have the resources. I don't think I ever made it before. So, actually, let's search bedrockium. How many do I have left? 1. Right back where I was before, but I do have that set up, so hopefully that got a bunch. Probably a lot since I was recording even, or a decent bit. So let's just search upgrade to make sure. Okay, I didn't prepare any of these, I don't think. So I have the auto output, the auto input, and I put these both together to make the factory upgrade. So what the factory upgrade does is it can crash my game. I didn't think about that. Oh well. I remember in Pixelmon it crashed me because they didn't get that quite right yet, or it was still upgrading. So I can pick the output, input, and fuel input directions. So I can change this to say, okay, fuel goes in here, ore's in here, and go out here. So it'll be completely automated. Here, let me just try that real quick. Okay, so I did set up the factory upgrade like I just said, and I just realized this is called a factory upgrade, and I was doing the mechanism factory, so yay, it's a factory episode. But if I put the fuel up here, it should pull that in at a pretty good rate, so I don't even need hoppers for this. And then if I put the ores in, it'll pull that in, and it'll like instantly smelt them about as quick as it can pull it in. And yeah, so I can have like an ME cable hooked up to here, or an ME bus, and then pull it out of here, so I could set this up to kind of almost replace the pulverizer setup up there, because it's 2 times and it's really fast. But I'm not done yet. I never made this. Can I make that? Why can't I make that? Oh, I need to make everything, that's why. So, okay, let me just do this real quick. I need 1, 2, 3. And I need to make that. Was it 2 of that? I can't remember, so I'm only going to do 1. I think it was 2. I just wasn't sure if it changed like 1 of each of the 3, or was it 2 of just that one, or what. I don't know. Better safe than sorry. So this is an energy unit thing. And this is the electric heat source upgrade. Now the problem is I'm out of upgrade slots, but they actually made an upgrade for that. Go figure. So I'm not sure if fuel efficiency even stacks with this, But this is an electric heat source, and what it does is, let me actually just bust a hole in this wall real quick. And I don't have a power line over here. That's embarrassing. Whoops. Okay, there we go. You know, it just occurred to me it probably would be a lot smarter to go underneath the ME cable than over it. I'll probably fix that off camera. So how this works is I put this here. This can gain power. Okay, so it did get power. Oh no, unit stored. It doesn't show in the tooltip. Or okay, its tooltip seems to be gone. So how this works now is, let's actually just get rid of this chest. And, yeah, so the other thing I need to make is an upgrade compressor, or, I don't know, there it is, upgrade packager. So I need to make another one of these, and there it is. So what this does, it allows me to put multiple upgrades in a single upgrade. So I could take these and open this, and boop, boop, boop. I guess that one doesn't go in. At least my game didn't crash, that's a positive. So, I can put that in there, and it has the 2 upgrades, and it will act as them, and that, and that. So because that's in there, this now has unlimited power from that. So as you see, it has a little power stripe there, and it should have unlimited power. Unlimited. So it has all the iron ore there. Let's just search ore real quick. I kind of almost don't want to use this, because then I have the ore dictionary converted over, which is annoying. But I'll use this just for testing. So now I can put this in here. It's going to take that, and because it's using RF power, it drains power really quick, I think. I don't know, but I have a lot of power, so it shows how many RF for EU 1 unit. I don't know. But, and we should have 2 stacks of mechanism copper. Now that's the downside though, because it's, I did change the recipes a bit, so now it should actually craft, or if I go like this, it should now craft to thermal as default. Which is nice, because I don't like having multiple types of copper. So if I search copper, I actually think I used all my copper. Yep, I used all my copper. Because it ore dictionaries it. But, there we go. So I guess it's not that big of a deal if it crafts into mechanism copper or thermal one. But, I don't know, it's annoying we have the 2 different types because they take up different space on the ME drives. But yeah, we got this set up now with the electric heat source, with the factory upgrade, and with the packager so it can fit it all. Oh, I forgot that actually goes in there and not in here. Whoops, my bad. The other upgrades are the fluids, so I could make it hold more lava, and I think then it would use lava as a fuel, but I really don't need that. Or, I think you always could use lava as fuel, but that lets you hold multiple. This lets you change the color. This is ore dictionary. Actually, that would probably be very useful for what I'm doing. So, let me just make this real quick. So I made the ore dictionary upgrade thing here, and I think what I do is I put copper in here, then I put this in here, and it remembers copper. So it remembers that copper ingot, so I put this in here. Does it make, nah, and it makes thermal copper now. So it recognizes that copper ingot as the one I want it to make over mechanism. So I can get around that issue of using mechanism copper. So yeah, this can kind of replace the smeltery, or not the smeltery, the pulverizer and redstone furnaces, because it's really fast. It might use more power though, but I think it is faster, so I don't know, it's a cool furnace to have. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I think that covers all the upgrades and all the furnaces too, because the piping upgrade doesn't matter because that factory, and I kind of don't need to pipe. So, yeah, I guess the only thing left to do in this episode is go over the goals, and hopefully it didn't run long because of doing the furnace stuff. I don't know, it's hard to keep track of these episodes. Let's start from the front. So, I didn't get to do that. I still haven't made an 8x cobble. I did finally make the extreme furnace. Haven't done the mistcraft yet. Haven't done that stuff yet. Still no. Well, I did kind of make the Well of Suffering. It's just not full, so I didn't mark that off. Let's see. That's Thumbcraft. I did stabilize a node in the other episode. I forgot to mark that off. Let's see. Haven't done Botania. I haven't finished that yet, so I'm not marking it. I haven't made the Max Compact Machine. I did do both of those this episode, and I think that's about all I did. Yeah, I don't think I've done anything else. Biofuel is different than the one I did. I did gas burning. And yeah, so I think I'll be wrapping up this episode here. I just want to flip through the last few pages real quick. And okay, so yeah, I'm making decent progress at the goals for how few episodes it's been. And I can't get this to deposit. There we go. I don't know. It's some weird way to deposit or doesn't always work. But anyway, so yeah, hopefully enjoy this episode with all the factory stuff and the new factory setup there and getting the extreme furnace finally. So I'll be finishing up or setting this stuff up better off camera. You know, like moving this room around, getting the machine set up where I want. So hopefully that'll be ready. Maybe not by next week, but soon enough anyway. So yeah. Anyway, also I'll need to set up more of these so it actually can keep up with the oxygen it needs to make. Yeah, that'd be helpful. But yeah, anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Until next time, goodbye.